Hello, my name is Brad Spence, and I'll be running for a seat on council in the upcoming George Gordon First Nation election on September 9th, 2020. Although most introductions and conversations are held face-to-face and friendships sealed with a handshake, today's realities dictate new means of communication such as this. I'd like to sit and talk with each of you and hear your concerns regarding George Gordon First Nation, but I do not think it would be very responsible to campaign door to door without being invited due to the recent increases of COVID-19. Most of Canada and Saskatchewan have opened up, and urban areas such as my hometown of Regina have seen recent increases in this pandemic. I'm not saying I have COVID. I'm using caution towards the membership and community of George Gordon First Nations. I continue to social distance and limit my interactions while in Regina to do my part to increase the safety of my friends and family. If you would like to invite me to sit with you, please call me at 306-737-6790 to arrange a time. My objectives and thought processes are posted on my Facebook group page titled Vote Brad Spence for Council GGFN 2020. On this page you can get a slight insight to where my thinking is at. If elected, I do have a website that will become live as well. I have secured a web domain. This website will be a means for information regarding my position as your councillor, a modern way of showing transparency and accountability. I will post and update non-confidential current issues and solutions for our nation, along with my own reports from training and meetings that I attend on behalf of the membership. A councillor position is difficult and often criticized. I believe that through a few simple steps that do not overstep the boundaries of confidentiality, communication can go a long way. I know that it is easy to point out issues and difficult to create solutions. This is why I have suggested solutions to current issues. I do not just criticize. I live my life by the process of leading by example. Perhaps by doing this, others may follow. I often wonder where we're at as a nation and what our leadership does while at training and meetings, since I have seen no reports, but I have never asked for any reports. I believe a written report should be available to the membership from a councillor who attends such events, as well as current updates on general information of our ongoing issues. I also believe that our leadership team requires firm deadlines with their decisions. I know that I cannot change anything from the outside, so I accepted the nomination to become a councillor, and with your help by voting for me, I may be able to initiate change. The main job of a councillor is to negotiate on behalf of GGFN for additional funds. The majority of funding only applies to the on-reserve membership, and only a few streams are designated for our total membership. I understand that out of every dollar designated for GGFN, Indigenous Services Canada, the Assembly of First Nations, Federation of Sovereign Nations, and the Touchwood Agency Tribal Council get their share of our dollars first. This is why we need to revisit our Constitution. Our Constitution needs to be taken seriously and put forth in order to get out from under the umbrella of Indigenous Services Canada. We can then expand our own economic ventures without the red tape of Indigenous Services Canada. The structure of ISC was designed to hold our communities back. Any profits showing from our business ventures count against us when we request funds. Our so-called loophole is that we have the right to our own constitution as a sovereign nation. The truth is, we have the right to self-government or self-rule, which our people neither surrendered in treaty agreements nor lost by way of conquest. It is this right which we have had since time immemorial that we continue to possess. Simply put, the legal guidelines within our own constitution as a nation can be made in our own favor. If we follow the other successful First Nation constitutions, our business ventures might not count against us as additional funding earnings like they do now. Our business ventures can provide additional funds to share amongst our total population. In return, steps towards self-sufficiency and prosperity for both on and off reserve members will no longer be just a wish or an idea. Once we change the rules of the game, and not just the players, true measurable change can be seen from our nation. A councillor needs to have the knowledge and experience in our modern business world practices in order to communicate with representatives of government and businesses. Working in fields that are non-funded displays the knowledgeable means of success due to the business models requiring profit in order to keep the doors open. This is what drives every business in the world. We need to have business models that produce economic results and do not continue to require funding year after year after year. If you have a business model that is not self-sufficient, maybe it's time to revamp it. Treating our nation as a business and maintaining growth and advancements can only derive from following guidelines that are improved from the ones that are currently in place. We need to see immediate results in our GGFN business ventures. Lots of work is still required, and it cannot be done on such a relaxed schedule with soft deadlines. There are many pressing issues that are interrelated to each other. Solutions require engagement from the community and steps towards a solution with a deadline. There needs to be firm deadlines and written out plans to get there, along with dealing with the everyday issues that may pop up and consume additional time. I applaud the efforts of our current leadership and former leadership teams, but as I have stated, you can change the players in the game and the results will remain the same if it's the game that requires change. I look forward to hearing from you, and representing George Gordon First Nation, please share my message with your friends and family, and please vote for W. Brad Spence for Council on George Gordon First Nation. Thank you and have a good day.